Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the, what is this, fifth game of Wildcard Weekend, fourth that we've casted. One is obviously going to be a forced win, which is unfortunate, but got a good one. Well, not a good one, but got a hopefully good one in store as Green Bay hosts the Philadelphia Eagles, and we are already kicked off and very quickly into the red zone. Aaron Rodgers in goal-to-go situation, first and goal, as I am joined by, for the first time in a long time, Mr. Screwologist Sam. Say hi, man.
Rain, it's good to be in the booth. It's been too long, man.
It has. I think it. Well, what was the last time? Madden 20? I don't think you were in Madden 21 at all.
I think it's been 18 months or so, but yeah, this game's got off to a quick start. Marquez Valdez-Scantling MVZ had a huge play on the first play of the game to net 40 or 50 yards. So
Man.
I think a lot of people expected this to be a blowout, but you know, snowy conditions, Packers run the ball well. Maybe if they can get 7 here, they can make this a good game.
Yeah, I mean, and Aaron Jones, stuffed at 5. Not a whole lot there, so just 4 yards on 2 downs after getting to the goal line. And that can sometimes happen, you know, you get down to goal to go and everything shortens up, and all of a sudden that offense that had been moving really fast and really well is kind of just spinning their wheels because you don't have as much space behind you to open up.
Yeah, it's tough, especially against a smart Eagles scheme defensively. Like you said, not much field to play with here. 3rd and goal, I just don't want to see an interception here from the Packers.
Yeah, as long as Green Bay can get points, I think that's a plus.
Ooh.
Oh, man, RPO, and Rodgers tried to take it himself.
That looked like a broken play, Brain. I have to think something went wrong in terms of communication between Rodgers and the running back. I don't see any reality where they designed that run for Rodgers there.
No, there's no way that Aaron pulled that and meant to pull it. With that being said, a very quick 3 being put up. Green Bay, in about 4 minutes, puts up 3 points, gets all the way down to the 5-yard line before stalling out. And
got to feel pretty good, you know, coming off frankly a disappointing season for the Packers. I mean, they won an abysmal NFC North. But they went 10-7. I think they were 500 in the division. It's got to feel good to get off the goose egg early in this game.
I think they swept their entire division. I think that the only losses they had came out of division, which kind of just says everything, as Miles Sanders just bullies this defense for 12 yards and a first down.
And I'm curious to see what the Eagles do today. Very high-powered passing attack. I think they had over 5,000 passing yards on the season. Minshew's looked fantastic, but it's snowing, right? So I'm curious if they're going to commit to the power run game or if they're going to let it fly.
Yeah, I mean, this team, they started out with the old head, the old wannabe elite quarterback, Joe Flacco.
He looked elite for a little bit there.
Yeah, he did. Take this for a second.
Ooh, curious throw there into the flats, looking for Gainwell. But he had Goddard in the middle of the field. Surprised that he's not looking there early, as that's his main target.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. But after the incomplete pass, we're going to have 2nd and 10. But yeah, I think Flacco had basically one bad game, and all of a sudden it's been Minshew mania all over
there
again.
There he is. He's open.
Oh, man.
Nice
With
throw.
pressure in his face, finds Goddard downfield.
And that's the guy. I mean, the Packers defense needs to key on him. Dallas Goedert had 1,400 receiving yards this season. He's the unquestioned #1 target there in Philadelphia. There's going to be a lot of those routes all game, so the Packers are going to need to step up a little bit.
Yeah, I think that personally, like, as good as Smitty is, number 6, the rookie out of Alabama, as good as he is, Goddard is easily the #1 target here. So just key in on him, as once again they forget that he exists. I see the user defense, and I think he's going to play it, and instead he plays a little bit wider to play Sanders.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Not guarding Dallas Goedert. It's a bold strategy.
I would much rather just bracket Goddard and make one of these other receivers beat you, because you know what?
Yep.
If Smitty beats you, Smitty beats you, but Minshew has shown that he doesn't really want to go anywhere outside of his running back or his tight end.
Yep, let the rookie beat you on the outside in the playoffs.
Yeah. Especially considering I think he should be getting Jair Alexander most of the game. Unless Alexander's hurt. Which I don't think he is, but I may be wrong.
Brain, is the winner of this game, or are they playing the Bucks?
The winner of this game. No, the winner of this game plays the 49ers.
Wins. Okay.
Winner of this game plays the Giants, I'm sorry. It's guaranteed that the Bucks and the 49ers are going to be playing each other because they're 2 and 3. So whether it's 4 or 5 does not matter. Whoever wins this game gets to play the New York Football Giants without Danny Dimes and Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, without their top 2 guys there. I know the Eagles would like to have another shot at JoJo.
Oh, without a doubt, especially after what happened at the end of the season. Minshew here on 2nd and 9, drops back. Pressure there, and he's going to take a sack. That's Kenny Clark.
Yeah, just absolutely nothing open there. Good defense, but honestly, a good decision by Minshew not to force the ball.
Yeah, that's what kind of got him in Jacksonville, was that Uncle Rico would try and make too many big plays happen, make something out of nothing, and you know what? You make something out of nothing sometimes, but sometimes you make nothing into everything going the other way. As Minshew on 3rd down, we'll just dump this off to Miles Sanders.
Nice moves.
And nice move. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's still going to bring up 4th down. I was trying to say Miles, and I think I accidentally said Emmanuel to start with, so I stopped myself. That is definitely not Emmanuel Sanders coming out of the backfield. And Green Bay defense holds strong. They force a field goal.
Yeah, that's got to be a confidence builder for the Packers. They get this ball back. I think they fully expected to get the ball back down 7-3 here, but this has got to feel good for them.
Oh, without a doubt. And now giving the ball back to Aaron Rodgers. Giving it back to that bad man in Green Bay. Who, that bad man only has 15 touchdowns on the year. And it's not like he was out for most of the year. Unless I missed a mid-season suspension.
I don't know if it's age or what with Rodgers. I mean, only 15 touchdowns, that's concerning. But at the end of the day, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He is, one of the greatest of all time to play. So they have a significant edge in the quarterback department today.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, all that matters is, hey, you won the division, and you're in the playoffs. I don't care how you get there. Just that you got there.
MVZ's looking good early. 2 catches, 50 yards.
Yeah, nice pitching catch there. It's just sits down in the middle of the zone. And he's able to turn up field for, I believe that was 15 on the 1st down play.
Pretty vanilla look on first. I think the Eagles are going to key in on the run here.
Oh. And they will run, and Aaron Jones makes one miss and almost able to get back into the back end. Would have had just the safety to beat, but still across the 50, and they're after, I believe that was 14, if not more. Yeah, a very nice run.
That reminded me of me playing user middle linebacker there. Matt just shot the wrong gap, completely mistimed it, and huge run.
Yeah, little overshoot, little taking the wrong gap. Getting a little too high, as here we go, Aaron Jones again. Not going to be able to beat the safety, but he will get down into the red zone again to the 15-yard line. And man, Green Bay has done a good job of moving the ball downfield now twice.
Yep, and that's the recipe right there. Five touches for Aaron Jones already. We've seen A.J. Dillon. I expect Dillon to come in now that they're in the red zone. They've got a great 1-2 punch, so keep it rolling, Green Bay.
Yeah, without a doubt. And now this should... No, we're going to have one more snap before the end of the first quarter. But it would really hurt. Oh, my goodness. If you've ever seen a zero look, here it is. Keep an eye on Davante Adams. That's who you like to go to in these situations.
Yep, that's who Rodgers is going for, no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, he's got him. Bad user coverage, and Davante Adams is open in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
And Rios was just toying with him that whole drive. That was an impressive drive from beginning to end. Completely caught Matt off guard there. Great play call by Rios.
Aside from that last play, or not that last play, aside from, I believe, the very first play, every single big play was busted by the user. It was middle linebacker overshooting gap on runs twice, and then bad user coverage against Davante Adams. Overcommitted to the interior route. And
that's something you'd expect Matt to tighten up for the next 3 quarters. I don't think he's that bad of a user player, but I mean, if this is going to be what he's putting out there today, I think the Packers are going to win. Yeah, I think, I mean, that look from the Eagles there had to be a huge relief for the Packers, because we saw how much they struggled in the red zone on the first drive. So I think the Eagles, they're gonna learn some lessons from that, in terms of once the Packers get into the red zone, make them call as many plays as possible. Don't give them the free touchdowns in the red zone.
Yeah, and now Minshew down 7 with momentum all the way against them. Gonna have to see how he responds. I believe this is Minshew's first ever playoff game. It's play fake here. Rolling out. Doesn't look like there's anything, and he'll just dump this off to Goddard, who he might as well have just handed that to him. He was so close to him. I thought that was a busted pass, but it was actually the design. He will get 4 yards.
It got him 4 yards on the first down.
At that point, you might as well use Goddard as a blocker and take off running yourself. But now on 2nd and 6, the give to Sanders, blown up. That will not be Kenny Clark. I'm not sure who that is. That's Lowry. Okay. Lowry does a great job of just blowing up. I believe that was the left guard, if not a double team by the left guard in the center. Just blew that play up, goes nowhere, and now you're sitting at 3rd and 6. So 3rd and long here for Gardner Minshew. Don't want to go 3 and out here and give the ball back to a very red-hot Green Bay offense. Minshew drops back. Goddard can't catch it. Couldn't bring it in. Had the man he wanted. He was open right there in the zone. Tight coverage. And honestly, that wasn't really the tight end dropping it. That was just a good play by the defense. And, a bad punt. Oh, man, that came off the foot very, very wrong. Actually, no, it didn't. They're going against a 15-mile-an-hour wind. That's right. So punting is going to be very difficult going that way. So now Green Bay gets it back from the 43. Just 57 yards needed for pay dirt. As Rodgers will hand it off to Jones. Jones takes a pretty big shot, but he will still get about 5.
And Brain, the Twitter sphere is already calling for the Eagles to choke this game away. I think that's a little too early. Those fans in Philly are ruthless.
Yeah, I mean, these are the same fans that fucking booed Santa Claus. So I don't know what you expect. But yeah, I mean, most of the issue is that Minshew is just staring down Dallas Goedert. It's Dallas Goedert or nobody. I mean, look no further than that first down play that goes 4 yards. Dallas Goedert is literally right in his lap, and he throws it to him.
It's a nice stop there on 2nd down. I thought Aaron Jones had a hole, bringing up a big 3rd and 3 play here for the Eagles.
Yeah, but at the same time, it is still 2 yards makes it 3rd and 3. It's not like it's, uh, I mean, it'd be one thing if we were sitting at 2 yard run makes it 3rd and 6. That's not a whole lot, but from 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 3, hey, those 2 yards can be big, especially in short yardage situations like this. Going underneath, can't bring it in. Was that Aaron Jones?
That was Aaron Jones. Yep. Both teams with a case of drops today.
Yeah, the first one you could chalk up to good coverage. This one not so much. The coverage wasn't really there. That's a first down. You've got to bring that in, and isn't able to do so. So now here comes Corey Boborquez to try and flip the field.
Yeah, this is a tough punt with 15-mile-an-hour winds at your back.
And they got too much of it.
Oh,
he's gonna return it. He returns it out of the end zone.
Oh,
Jalen Rieger just got cut.
Has Matt had too many cheese curds today? What's going on?
I don't know.
Does his dog have the controller? Did the snow really make it that tough to see? That's a big mental error.
Even there, like, you've got to know that with that short of a punt, you just let it go. There is no reason to field that, and now you're sitting in your own end zone. So Corey Boborquez with a not great punt, but a boneheaded mistake by Jalen Rieger. And first down run will go for about 2.
And this is a tough spot to be in for the Eagles. You can't punt it back because those winds. It's going to be a short punt, so you need to get some yardage here. You need to be aggressive.
Yeah, with that wind, I think you're looking at best maybe getting a 20-yard punt, assuming you get full power.
The Packers have an opportunity here for a turnover.
Minshew drops back into his own end zone, takes another step, and that's going to be, is that Moore?
David Moore?
Is that David Moore? That is David Moore over the middle. So Minshew from his own end zone steps up and makes a nice throw to get them out of that situation and get them out to the just shy of the 30. Good move by him, not panicking, just taking what he could get, and now play action as they're going to go to the air again. This is going to be Goddard, and Goddard makes a man miss, but is going to be forced out of bounds still. But not before he gets across the 50 to the 45.
And that's how Goddard's been making his living all season, all game today. That's his second big deep crosser route. Again, I think the Packers should be looking for it every single play.
Yeah, and I don't think... I get the feeling that wasn't Matt's doing, because I see old Sirianni down there just screaming at Jalen Rieger after that boneheaded mistake on the punt return. And throw underneath to Goddard. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. There really wasn't a whole lot there. Works like a good run play.
And I think, when the offense comes back to the sidelines, I think Rieger's going to have a sincere thank you for Minshew for bailing him out, not compounding that mistake.
Yeah, if he compounds that with the fact that, like, oh my God, I don't know, is Gainwell up the middle, get some good yardage. Nice 4-yard gain, makes it 3rd and 2. Yeah,
nice run by Gainwell. Normally he's in there as the receiving back, but good decision by the Eagles to run the ball there.
Yeah, got to keep him on your toes. Got to change the pace up a little bit every now and again. Don't want him to be, every time I see Gainwell, I know it's a pass. And honestly, nice running there by Gainwell.
Maybe dial it up here again on 3rd and 2nd. This is a soft front by the Packers.
3rd and 2. Not 3rd and 2nd. You're going to fit it into Goddard. I thought that the corner was going to be able to knock that out, but not going to drop this one, as Goddard already has 6 receptions through just a quarter and a half of football. Do you think you need to bracket this guy or what?
Yeah.
I believe it should be rather obvious who this team is going to try and go to. I can guarantee you if you cover him, they're still going to throw it at him. Minshew with the run by Gainwell again, and Gainwell will get a nice gain of 6.
The Packers are playing a lot of stock cover 3. I'm wondering maybe would they consider taking one of their safeties and manning him up on Goddard to get that bracket coverage?
You got to do that. You got to do that, or just something has to change. This obviously is not working. You can't keep with it. As Minshew drops back, dumps this off to Gainwell. 100 fumble! That's Darnell Savage. He's going to knock it out, and he could take it.
No one's catching Darnell Savage.
Nobody is going to catch him, and Darnell Savage will take it all the way back.
Wow.
Green Bay almost lets him get out of that situation, but they will say, Darnell Savage does it all himself. Just absolutely rocks Gainwell. And Kenneth Gainwell with probably the biggest fumble of his career, or at least he hopes that's the biggest fumble of his career.
Wow, what a play. I mean, you talk about the Packers having all the momentum. The Eagles are starting to steal it away, but no more. Momentum is back on the Packers' side. What a play.
Oh, man.
If you're the Eagles, I know you're down 14, but you've made a couple bad mental errors, but outside of that, you've played pretty well.
Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, hey, you're down 14, you got 3-12, you get ball at half.
Yep.
So absolute worst case scenario, you're hoping you score a touchdown, come out of half, score another touchdown, and hey, you're right back to a tie ball game. Worst case scenario, nothing happens at the end of half. And long throw just to get about 4.
A risky pass there. Yeah, classic double-up opportunity for the Eagles here.
Yeah.
Let's see how they run the 4-minute drill.
Worst case scenario, if you can just score one of the 2 times, either a touchdown or a field goal, doesn't really matter. But as long as you can get points on the board, I think things are okay. And we're going to get a run here with Miles Sanders, who will fight his way through on his way to 7 yards and a first down.
Yeah, good job moving the chains there. I think the Eagles are going to want to squeeze at least 2 plays out of the remaining 30 seconds here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing that you can't do is you cannot give this ball back to Aaron Rodgers, no matter what. Give to Sanders again. He will bounce off 1 tackle and not really get a whole lot out of it. But that will take us to the 2-minute warning, still 17-3. And after a punch-counter-punch field goal, it has really been all Green Bay. I mean, Philly looked like they were moving the ball well on that last drive before the fumble. But aside from that, Green Bay with a long touchdown drive. Then forced Philly to punt. Unfortunately, you had to punt too. But that was mainly because of a boneheaded play by Aaron Jones. Here we go. Philly trying to swing that momentum. 2nd and 8. I thought he was going to go to Goddard. Instead, he goes to Sanders. And Miles Sanders up to midfield.
Yeah, great job by Gardner Minshew there. He's been handling this first minute of this drive really well.
He has been. And
his flow is looking outstanding. I do not remember Gardner Minshew having that long of hair. He's really outdoing Rodgers in the hair department.
I don't remember that either. Minshew now first down, drops back, throws it underneath. That's going to be to Goddard
Did he
again.
get out? I don't think so. Clock's still running.
Does not get out of bounds, but hey, you know what? You got 3 timeouts and you're already across midfield. You've got time to run your offense. The problem is you need to get about to the red zone because you're going against 15-mile-an-hour winds. So kicking a field goal, incredibly difficult. Minshew drops back, takes off, and yeah, he's going to dump this off to Gainwell. Gainwell smartly gets out of bounds. I believe that Sirianni told him that if you ever try and cut up field and get extra yards anymore, he will personally have him cut.
Easy decision for Gainwell there to step out of bounds.
And Green Bay calls a timeout. I believe they had the wrong defense on the field. Minshew drops back on first down. Pressure coming. He throws it away, but he's in the pocket, so that's going to be intentional grounding.
Oh.
A costly mistake there.
That was a close one. I thought he was out of the pocket there.
It was close, but I mean, if he didn't throw it right then he was getting sacked anyway.
Yep. Yeah, and there was no one open. Packers, again, they've been coming out in a lot of those vanilla cover 3 looks, but the coverage has been solid today.
Yeah, I think the only positive for that is that the clock stops. If you take the sack, it keeps going.
You got to get at least 10 yards here if you're Philly.
Yeah, they won't do that. They'll get about 5 on the dump off to Goddard, and that'll make it 3rd and 19 still. Not bad, but Philly's inability to stretch the field is kind of becoming more apparent by the down. So Minshew on 3rd and forever. You got to think you have to get a first down if you're even going to attempt a field goal. Minshew over the middle. He's got Goddard. He will get to the 35, so that's a plus there.
Is this 4-down territory? I think it is. I don't think they're in field goal range.
Yeah.
A punt's not going to feel very good.
I mean, it would be 52 against the wind. I would think that this is 4-down territory. They will keep the offense on the field. So on 4th and 6 with 38 seconds.
And everything's open. Middle of the field here is open. Sidelines are open. Deep's open.
Yeah, I mean, you got 3 timeouts. There are no issues with using the whole field. Minshew drops back. Throws incomplete. Was looking for Devontae Smith, but good coverage there by Adrian Amos.
That was a tight window, but Minshew fit it in there, and it came down to what we talked about at the beginning of the game. The rookie just he wasn't up to the task there.
Yeah, I mean, he spent his high school days in Florida, I believe, and he spent his college days at Alabama. He's not used to the snow. And that ball hits your hands, it stings.
So Packers here, field goal is absolutely in play here.
Yeah, you got to think after about 2 first downs, you should have a field goal. And they're just going to run it here on first down.
Interesting. I don't agree with that call.
Yeah, it looked like an RPO that almost broke for a first down, but now you're forced to throw. And over the middle to Adams. Call your timeout and throw some.
Are they in field goal range now, even if they don't get any more yards? Obviously, they're going to try for one more quick pass.
Honestly,
I think he might have the leg for this in the wind.
Yeah, I think this would be a record setting, wouldn't it? Wouldn't 66?
Yep.
IRL, it would tie Tucker's record, would it not?
That might have been 65.
That might have been 65. But yeah, I mean, with the wind at your back, chance from 66.
And this is going Aaron Jones.
Drop back.
Oh, very.
He takes
Jones
the
was
sack.
wide open.
Doesn't matter what happens, so they're not going to get any points. I would have personally just let that clock run down and then call the timeout. try for a field goal and hope you don't give up 6 the other way.
Yeah.
But that will take us to half, 17-3, and Philly will get the ball back. What are your takeaways from this first half thus far?
I mean, the Packers have to be elated in the locker room. I think the Eagles are going to come out really hot here. I think that they're going to dominate the second half. I know that the first half didn't indicate that, but the way they've played, I think a lot of things have gone against them. So I think the Eagles are going to be very pass heavy in the second half, and I think that that's going to put a lot of pressure on the Packers to try to match with, through the air, and I'm not sure that they're up to that task.
Yeah, I mean, Green Bay has a fairly decent secondary. Jair Alexander, I don't think they have any injuries. But you got Alexander, you got Amos, you've got Savage, who has already knocked out a pass, or knocked out a fumble. But if you're Philly, you don't have to go to the passing attack. Your entire playbook is still open. You can run the ball still if you need to. And quick out route this time to...
Is that John Brown?
Is that John Brown?
Yeah. Smoke Brown.
Yeah, John Brown with a nice 7-yard catch. That's his first catch of the day.
Brain, I know we're calling the NFC, but did you check out that Jaguars-Ravens game last night?
I was, in fact, in the booth for that.
That was a great game.
It was. And Lamar Jackson really just sold it at the end. Was in a position to possibly win it. Had a guy in the back of the end zone as... Oh, incomplete.
Great user play there. He was taking away 2 routes and then broke on the ball to break up the pass.
Yeah, he was playing both of them really well, and he was just out of range to break on the ball and get a pick. But still able to break on it and break it up. And that is going to force 3rd and 3. But yeah, Lamar Jackson at the goal line, had a guy in the back of the end zone, tried to throw it high and back there. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if he tripped or what, but he threw a duck to the goal line. This looks like a play the
Eagles could exploit the Packers on it. I think the Packers kind of look a little out of
it.
Oh, wow, they ran the ball.
They ran the ball. It's going to be close. Not going to get it. They're going to mark him short. He had it.
I definitely thought he had it with that second effort there.
Yeah, they're going to say that the knee came down before he got the second effort out. That's going to make it 4th and inches.
Is it too late? Is it too late? Or sorry, is it too early to say that if they don't get this could be ball game?
Honestly, I'll buy. Because, I mean, at this point, if you don't get this... Okay, if you don't QB sneak this, never mind now, but if you don't get this, yeah, that's kind of ball game. Pull back up the middle, he does get it.
Is that Bruce Miller making a return?
And that looked like it might have been Bruce Miller.
Good to see those mental health issues have cleared up.
Always have to make sure that they actually have a fullback on roster, because you can't run those if you don't have a fullback. But now fresh set of downs after making the 4th down conversion. First down, Minshew drops back, got his running back, and he will throw it to Miles Sanders, who gets a first down up just shy of the 40.
Yeah, that was a nice play design there. The X and the Y receiver kind of took up all the defenders in the middle of the field, and the running back just came right into that open space. So nice play design, easy play there for 10 or 15 for the Eagles.
Yeah, and that was Bruce Miller, by the way, on that run. I believe that both teams do have a fullback, so we shouldn't have to worry about wondering if one team has a fullback or not.
I wasn't going to lose too much sleep over it, but thanks for confirming. Oh, another monster hit.
Another big hit on Gainwell. Lucky that he held on to the football that time.
Gainwell might want to think about putting on some muscle in the offseason.
Yeah, he's taking some shots for sure. They want him to drop another one. They want him to put it on the turf.
18-week season, playoffs. That's a long season for a guy just coming out of the college ranks.
Really is. And Minshew dumps it off underneath. Who else? It's Goddard. Eventually, this zone coverage is going to have to start keying in, and you're going to start having to get a man out of zone and man him up and hope that he's double covered. Because the zone coverage, it's just not working. And play action, Minshew rolls out of the pocket, fires it underneath. Who else? It's Goddard.
Yeah, great footwork there by Minshew to backpedal in the very last second to create some more space for a better angle there for the throw to Goddard with his 11th reception. I think he's on pace for 200 today.
Yeah. I mean, we're only 4 minutes into the second half. I think receivers have caught 2, maybe 3 balls.
I was going to say, I don't know if the league office is watching this, but if they are, they might have some discussions.
Yeah. As Miles Sanders will bounce off of a guy and get maybe 2. Like, I understand if your tight end is a big part of your offense. That's fine. There's a difference between being a big part of your offense and literally never throwing to a wide receiver.
Third and 2. I think this is 4-down territory, so I thought they might run it there.
It won't. You're going to throw a long pass. This time it's going to go to Ertz. And oh, big down here. Kenny Clark slow to get up. Not what you want, your big pass rushing IDL. I mean, usually IDLs don't matter all that much, but my God, Kenny Clark
I
is...
see him walking off the field, so I'm hoping he'll be able to return, but yeah, that would be a huge loss.
Would be. Especially if they hold on to win this and he's gone for multiple weeks in the playoffs. Winner of this goes to New York. We really don't want to be without Clark whenever they don't have a quarterback. And then after that, you play winner of Tampa Bay and San Francisco. Again, both running teams. But Minshew now inside the 5, 2nd and goal.
This is a soft front for being at the 4-yard line. Wow.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I believe that's the man that's stepping up in place of Kenny Clark. That's Kiki. And Kenny Clark is going to have a dislocated shoulder per our sideline reporter.
He's definitely done for today. I think he might be able to return with the dislocated shoulder for next week, but big loss for the Packers defense.
And they got to hope that they can get that popped in and he's not feeling any discomfort.
That's what I'm saying. Get him in the locker room, put a Toradol shot in there, put the shoulder back in place, get back on the field, Kenny.
Minshew fires it into the ice pass and it's intercepted. That's Denard. And probably shouldn't have taken this out of the end zone, but still, Denard's going to pick off Gardner Minshew, and we may have some rage. I know that's not rage.
Convenient time.
Very convenient timing. As pressure there forces a bad pass. And guess who he was looking for? Dallas Goedert, who was this time triple covered. Just not a good move. And now Green Bay has a chance to possibly ice this game. You got to think, if they take a long drive down to the house, this game's toasted. And, ooh, that's not the way that you start it with a backwards run.
Goddard is such a good player, but sometimes as a quarterback, I think you can key in too much on your number one guy, and that's when bad things start to happen, and I think that's what's happening with Minshew right now.
Yeah, like, my God, it was 2nd and goal, wasn't it? Or no, was it 3rd and goal?
3rd and goal, yeah.
I mean, just take your 3 at worst. You cannot get all the way down there, waste all that clock. I mean, you took 7-something minutes off the clock. You can't do that and expect to win this football game, as they will dump this off to their tight end, or fullback, sorry, Mason.
Big play here. I think the Eagles are going to bring the house.
Yeah, 3rd and inches. You've got to think that this is run all the way. Especially with, keep in mind, Green Bay has to punt against the wind right now. Wind doesn't flip until the 4th. Oh, it doesn't matter. Aaron Jones is going to get the 1st.
Yeah, and that's a head scratcher coming out in just a four pass rusher base cover 2 scheme. Like you said, Brain, with the wind advantage, I think it was really paramount. I think it's really paramount to get him off the field here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, you can't let them flip field and then get the wind with them on a punt. You got to force them to be kicking against all that. As first run here for the 2nd-year man, A.J. Dillon, and there is just nothing going there. And it's going to be
nice play by Josh Sweat. Great job setting the edge.
Now 2nd and 12. We're going to see 5 wide here from Aaron Rodgers. They're going to just trust this in the hands of their quarterback.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Drop back. Looking deep. He's got his tight end. That's Tonyan. Broken coverage. Nobody covers the tight end, Tonyan, going up the field.
Aaron Rodgers just said, we got a tight end too.
Yeah. You use your tight end, I'll use mine. And now, I mean, barring some incomplete passes, we should see the field flip for a punt no matter what. Assuming that happens, or at worst case, a field goal. And we're going to see play action, the call here. Going to just dump this off to Jones, who will get a 1st down and run out of bounds at the 42.
Packers are doing a really nice job of not forcing it and just taking what the defense has given them.
Yeah, Rodgers being very patient, not forcing anything, not throwing into triple coverage in the end zone. And this should be the last play of this 3rd quarter. And Aaron Jones kills a good amount of clock with that.
Yeah, nice run by Jones. I mean,
for 3 yards.
You don't say this too often, but I would say goal for the rest of this drive is, try to burn off 3, maybe 4 more minutes, and at minimum, make this a 17-point game with a field goal.
Yeah, points to make it a. Yeah, that would make it a 3-possession game. I mean, just points to make it a 3-possession game would be huge. And obviously, I think you're in field goal range already. You're looking at, what, a 56-yarder from right here? We're going to see a give to Aaron Jones. Jones bounces it outside, and he's going to get inside the 30. And we're also going to see an injury from Wilson. I believe that's a linebacker out of Philly.
Great vision there by Jones.
Yeah, hits the hole, cuts it to the left, and just a nice 11-yard run.
First and 10 here. Looks like Green Bay is going to try to catch him off guard with another play action. They've been doing a good job establishing the run, but they've been coming out a lot of play actions here. So Eagles might
play
sniff it out.
Action, rush is coming. Oh, man. If he could have set his feet, maybe he finds MVZ, but...
Yeah, Scantling kind of got caught on, I'm not sure if it was the opposing cornerback or if it was his fellow wide receiver coming across the field, but he had separation, but then he got caught.
Yeah, I think that just kind of double-clutched Rodgers and forced an incomplete pass.
Again, 2nd and 10, I'd go right back to the run here. Again, kill some clock, get 3 at a
Especially
minimum.
with the run being as good as it has been all game long.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, there it is, 4 yards. And Wilson is going to go into compression protocol, into concussion protocol. I know it says bruised sternum, but let's be honest, nobody goes out with a bruised sternum for the entire game. You wear those pads for a reason. They can't get to your fucking sternum.
The old bruised vagina.
Yeah. And Jones here on 3rd and 6 will run for the first down.
This has to be infuriating for the Eagles. You know he's wanted the ball back all drive, and the Packers just keep converting on 3rd down.
And I mean, at this point, it just comes down to Philly mistakes. You throw the interception in the red zone. You get to the other side of the field, and you have the fumble 6. You get
Poor
the ball back.
the Rieger punt.
Don't know if that was a broken play or what. But it ends up being a dump off to the fullback for nothing.
It's a huge play if you're the Eagles. Gotta hold them to just max kind of a 2-yard gain here.
Oh. Right there, we talk about bad usering. That finally was good usering. It gave up 5 yards, but still, he was the only man with a blocker in front of him that could stop.
Again,
the
I'm
running
surprised
back.
the Eagles. I'm surprised they did not bring more pressure there. I thought that was a pretty clear running down.
Yeah, it was a little Oklahoma drill. I know they don't do that anymore, but. And now 3rd and 5, run left with Jones. Jones, not a whole lot there. Might have gotten a yard or 2. And now on 4th and 4, that's going to bring out Mason Crosby.
I don't know. Rios might be listening into this cast because they did exactly what we talked about, Brian. He killed. Looks like they're going to kill about 3.5 minutes here. Made this a 3-score game.
Yeah, killed almost
really
4
putting
minutes.
the Eagles. Yeah, Eagles really have their backs to the wall right now.
Yeah, I mean they need a touchdown and they need it yesterday.
Yeah, they need a touchdown by the 5-minute mark, no doubt about it.
They need a touchdown about 5 minutes ago whenever you were in the red zone, 3rd to goal. And honestly, I think you just chalk that up to the inexperience by Minshew. The first playoff game, he's in Lambeau. Really hasn't played in games like this whenever he was in Jacksonville. And just comes out and really lays an egg in the goal line. And that's twice that they've gone all the way down to the red zone, if not the goal line. And out of 2 red zone trips, they have 3 points. That's not the recipe for winning. That right there is also not the recipe for winning. You have...
He had Devontae Smith wide open on a
that's
post
what
route.
I was looking at. He over the middle, he had Smitty wide open. Nobody near him, and instead he just...
exactly what happened with the last interception. He was just keyed in on Goddard.
Yep. Staring down Goddard the entire way. They double cover him. He's covered by both safeties. And Smitty has separation with no safety help over the middle. And I mean separation by about 6 or 7 yards. That is an easy first down, and if Smitty can make one guy miss, probably a touchdown. Instead, now, you're looking at least probably getting 3 more points on the board. And the fullback called for holding might hurt, but...
I know we're in Wisconsin, Brain, but I'm pretty sure I can hear the Jaguars fans cheering right now, because, I mean, they traded away Minshew at the beginning of the year. They had a new head coach, a new rookie quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, and they're the ones progressing in the playoffs farther than Minshew. That's got to feel good for the Jaguars.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Or who knows? Urban Meyer, he might be going out to celebrate tonight.
Probably shouldn't do that. No, we don't need any more chop houses. No finger guns this week. And whatever you do, stay the hell out of Nebraska.
Shout out Urban Meyer's wife.
Shout out to old Urban's chop ass. Oh man. Just don't go to the dance floor, Urban, please.
Gotta bring Urban up in every
You got
broadcast.
to. You've got to. How can you not? And big hole here for Aaron Jones.
I like the Packers playoff recipe here. Aaron Jones for the first 3 quarters, and then bring in big A.J. Dillon as the closer.
Oh, without a doubt. That's something you see out of a lot of college teams. You don't see that so much in the pros. You see a lot of feature backs that'll go for more than just about anything. You won't really see the fresh legs come in the third and fourth quarter. But they aren't listening to it, as it's going to be Jones this time, who doesn't get a whole lot, and we will see a 57-yard field goal attempt with the wind at the back for Mason Crosby.
Big kick here. I wouldn't be surprised if they just took a delay game or call a timeout at the 1 second mark.
And they will take the delay.
3-score game. Might as well back them up 30 yards.
They're going to punt it. They're not going to take their field goal.
Yep. Again, what's the difference between 17 and 20, right? And with that long of a field goal, there's risk of missing it and giving the ball back at midfield.
I guess.
Wow, Rieger's back there again.
Rieger, yeah. Fields this one again, should have just let it go.
I mean, it was better than the last one, but
yeah, he didn't field it in the end zone, but still.
Didn't he read the rules that a ball past the 5 yard, inside the 5 yard line, you let it go as a punt returner?
Apparently not. So now 1st and 10, 4.5 left, and Minshew is probably just playing for his job at this point. He has Gainwell. That's a good pass. Assuming, yeah, he's just going to run out of bounds. If Darnell Savage can kill you and make you fumble, I can only imagine what Adrian Amos would do to you if he got his hands on him. I mean, big play gets him out of their own goal line and up to the 46, but at this point, it's just been... How many interceptions has Minshew had on the year? I don't think it was that many.
I think it was 10 or 15.
Well, he's almost got a third of those tonight alone as he throws another one.
Yeah, putting the nail in this one. This has been all Green Bay all day. And Brain, before we went live, you were talking about this potentially being a blowout. I didn't think this is what you meant.
Nah, I didn't think it would go this way. I thought that Green Bay, 10-7, you really limped your way into the playoffs, but there's one thing that I forgot. One simple phrase, RELAX, relax. We're okay. And now Green Bay looking, honestly, it'd be hard to bet against Green Bay. Even in New York, with as strong as the Giants have been, you are without Daniel Jones. You are without Saquon Barkley. I don't think the drop-off from Saquon to Booker is all that huge. But still, you're paying a lot of money for a running back that's having to ride the pine. And the backup quarterback for... Who is playing quarterback in New York?
Is it Mike Glennon?
It is Mike Glennon. Yeah,
Did not
it's
think we'd see him back in the limelight after the big contract the Bears gave him about 5 or 6 years ago, but he's back, baby.
it's hard to bet against Aaron Rodgers going against Mike Glennon.
Yeah.
And AJ Dillon this time will take it left, not get a whole lot, but give to Dillon. Jesus. A little bit of frustration as Jannard Avery just lights up AJ Dillon, but won't do a
I
whole
mean,
lot other than bring us to the 2-minute warning.
this is just embarrassing for the Eagles. I gotta say it. They won 14 ball games this year. They were a huge favorite, even though they were on the road going against a down Packers team. This is a bad loss. You think they might be looking for a new quarterback in the offseason, Brain?
Without a doubt. I don't think that there's any way that you can look at Gardner Minshew and say, yeah, you're the quarterback of the future. You can't do it.
Yeah, and they seem to already have come to that conclusion on Jalen Hurts internally. So, I mean, their organization, they strike me as someone who's going to try to draft a quarterback and develop them. But we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, it's just the way that I look at it. If you were going to develop a quarterback, I understand you want someone with a stronger arm. Jalen doesn't have that. But at the end of the day, you're looking at your quarterback situation. You have an old guy that you can't really develop that you start originally. There was mistake number one. As finally Rieger will let a punt go into the end zone. But and they're just gonna come down and kneel this. They're not even gonna play for pride.
Yeah, I think the Eagles want to get out of Green Bay and get this out of their mind as soon as they humanly can.
And I don't.
On to next season for the Eagles.
Yeah, without a doubt. And as I was saying, like, there's no way that you can look at this QB situation and just not think, what the hell was Philadelphia doing? Because your youngest quarterback, the one that's going to develop the most, rides the pine the entire year.
And a name to keep an eye out for, Derek Carr. I know he's on the hot seat. He was benched halfway through the season. I still believe in him. So, if the Eagles are looking for a veteran presence, maybe they look at Carr.
Yeah, I could see Carr going to. Carr's going to be somewhere as a starting quarterback. He is not going to be riding the pine in Vegas. He's going to end up either in Philadelphia or some other team that has an aging quarterback that could be leaving. I don't know who else there is. Maybe Denver brings him in. I don't know. Make him turncoat.
Well, Denver's going to draft a 58 overall quarterback and start him.
Yeah, probably. But my God, like, looking at the quarterback situation, for the first 6 games of the year, Joe Flacco starts, who has without a doubt hit his ceiling and is only falling. Then you finally bench him. You put in Minshew, who is in year 3? Is he in year 3 or year 4?
Year 3.
Year 3. You start a guy who's in year 3, who I don't think he has a dev, although to give credit where credit is due, I don't think Jalen has a dev either. I will need to look at that. No, they're both normal, but I mean, I don't know. You pass on the guy that's 2 years younger. That's the big thing that I look at. Minshew's 25. At a 73 normal, you're looking at best, maybe hitting him to 77. At a 71 normal at 23, there's a good chance that Jalen could turn that around and turn it into something fairly good.
It's gonna be a long off season for the Eagles, no doubt about that.
Not to mention that for whatever reason, we always say that uh, Philadelphia wants the strong arm guy. That's why they started Joe Flacco. Well, then why, whenever Flacco was benched, why didn't they go with Jalen Hurts, who has a stronger arm than Gardner Minshew? I'm
Yep.
just looking at that. Like, it's 85 to 88. Like, my God, are you really thinking that his accuracies are the problem? They can dev. I don't know. But that is going to do it for us here today. Well, not today, but won't have a game on for quite some time. Keep in mind that around midnight-ish Central Time, we should be having the Browns and the Titans as the final game of Wild Card Week before we move on to the divisional rounds, which, as they look right now, the divisional rounds in the NFC, you are going to have the Packers going to New York to face the Giants. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay gets to stay at home and play the San Francisco 49ers. While in the AFC, things are still up in the air. If the Titans win, or actually, no, things are up in the air for who's home field, but uh, without a doubt, the New York Jets are going to be hosting a home playoff game against the Jaguars, which nobody's talking about the fact that both teams from MetLife Stadium both won the 1 seed and have the first round bye, and will both get a home playoff game. So in one day, the field has to go from New York green to New York blue.
That's a 180-degree change for fans of New York, isn't it?
Yeah,
Brain,
without a
this was
doubt.
fun. I will go Titans tonight, and hopefully I'll see you later.
Hopefully, if you're awake tonight, you are more than welcome to join me in the booth.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Brainiac.